up everybody, Shadow the Wolf here. Welcome back to another Shadow Talk. So today, I'm going to be going over how I got into the furry fandom and really what the fandom means to me. And this is basically my journey with the fandom. So, I've known about furries for a long time, basically back since high school. So, when I was in high school, I basically was just on the art websites. I was looking at a lot of the art and just kind of looking at it. I didn't really see myself as a furry. I was just interested in the art, and I was like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. So, fast forward, after high school, I went into the service, and at my station, I was just watching YouTube at one point, and I came across a furry YouTuber. The first one I actually encountered was Cothrix. So, this is the old Cothrix, the one that was basically almost a new YouTuber, and he was doing a lot of the, Cothrix rants and him being angry and bitter and everything. And that actually caught my eye, because, I always loved dragons. I collect a bunch of dragon stuff. If you took a look around my room, you'd see all the little statues and stuff. Anyway, so I saw that and I was like, ooh, dragon! So I watched it, and there's this guy with his little still animations ranting about random stuff, and I found that to be really funny and entertaining. So from there, I started down the dark hole that is YouTube. So I basically went through a couple of his videos, and then I saw another one, and it was, I believe, Vine compilations or like footage from conventions. That is when I saw Telephone for the first time, and I saw her running around, squeaking, being cute, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Because I didn't know too much about the fandom, but I knew, people wearing fursuits. But when I actually saw it, I was like, that's really freaking awesome. So I kept going, and that's basically how I wound up finding, all the other YouTubers, including the top 5 that I did in my last video. So I started watching all these people, and I was slowly but surely making the decision to be, start being a furry. And I was like, I gotta get a fursuit, I gotta start going to cons, I gotta do all this stuff. So, and if you saw some of my earlier Hawaii videos, give them a watch, because I'm actually thinking about taking them down, because I want to keep my channel mainly just fursuit stuff. Anyway, yeah, I started doing my own YouTube thing while I was in Hawaii, and so eventually my service ended, and I came back to Maryland. So when I got here, I got a job, and I found a chat thing, like an app on the phone. It was called Howler. So for those of you who don't know, Howler is basically kind of like the furry fandom's version of Tinder or Grindr. So I was on there, and I was just chatting with furries and all that stuff, and I came across a local Maryland fur. I was trying to meet some local furries. His name was Dove. And he showed me pictures of his suit when we were chatting on Telegram. And I was like, oh my god, dude, your suit's so cool. Like, where'd you get it from? And he told me about his maker. Now, at the time, I had been trying to commission Lemon Brat. So, for those of you who don't know, Lemon Brat is a fairly sizable fursuit maker. For those of you who do know, communicating with Lemon Brat is an absolute nightmare. So yeah, I was trying to commission Lemon Brat, and it wasn't going anywhere. So I find out that this other maker is local. She's in Maryland, like within an hour of where I'm at. So I went online, found her site, and I commissioned her. So at that point, I was able to make my duct tape dummy, met her in person, gave her the thing, and boom, fursuit is being made. So after I had done the commission, I actually registered for Furthermore. Now, Furthermore is a kind of a new-ish con, but it's not too new. It's getting pretty big, actually. We had like over 1,000 people this year. So it's in Tyson's Corner, Virginia, and I was going to go. So I registered for the con, and I was going to get my first. So I was really excited. Now, backstepping, I did forget something. Along this journey with me doing furry stuff, I basically want to explain how I got my persona. So you see this today with like all the markings and stuff, and it's cool and fluffy. My design wasn't always like this. Originally, Shadow was just a standard black werewolf. Now, it changed because of a certain event, and this is kind of a funny story, kind of sad, but so one of my furry YouTubers, Odin Wolf, he was doing a chat group one time, and he was like, oh, send us your fursonas, we're going to do a fursona critique. Now, I had just gotten a commission from someone on Furry Amino, and I got one of my original character pieces, and I was really proud of it because it was really good quality art, and I was like, oh my god, that looks so cool, woo! So everyone was submitting their fursonas to Odin, and a couple of people on his Patreon group or whatever. So they were critiquing it. He was giving people like 6s and 7s, a couple like 4s. One or two were like a 9 and a 10. And I was like, okay, cool, I can't wait. I submitted my thing to him. So it eventually got to my turn, and Odin saw my art piece, and he was like, what? Oh my god, that's just a regular generic black wolf. That's a 1. And I'm sitting there just like, oh. But what was funny about that situation, I was like, damn, Odin dragged me. So immediately after he said that, his other two friends were like, well, that's really cool art, though. And the chat blew up. We saw it. Like, the chat just started ding, 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 ding. Everybody was like, Odin, oh my god, you're so mean. How can you say that? His Sona's really cool. That looks amazing. And that's cool to me, because I was like, all of these people who I don't know, who I've never met or talked to before, kind of like came to my defense out of nowhere. And that's one of the greatest things about the fandom for me, is that people can really just back each other up, and we are just more of a community than any other group I've seen, and to me that was amazing. So fast forward back to the commission, I obviously redesigned my Sona because I was like, Odin kind of has a point. I'm basically one color, it's a single palette, it's not very interesting, so I wanted to spice things up, and I came up with this to sort of liven up my Sona. So going through the commission, it eventually gets to February, I think. So February rolls around, and Dove invites me to the York Fur Bowl in Pennsylvania. So I go with him, I go to the Fur Bowl, and I didn't have my suit yet. And this was my first experience being exposed to furries live. It was amazing. I have to tell you, wow. I knew the Fur Bowl was going to be fun, but I didn't know how fun. It was truly kind of life-changing in a way. I know it sounds cheesy, but it was really life-changing. I mean, meeting fursuiters for the first time, and everyone's happy and running around and being silly, and people are giving you hugs. It was just a lot of fun, and I loved it. And that kind of hyped me up for the convention. So fast forward to March. It's convention time. Now, mind you, forgot to mention something. Early on in February, I think it was late January maybe, I'm actually not too sure the date, it was a while back, but I get a text, well, not a text, telegram message from my maker, and her right arm is in a cast. She broke her wrist. Now, originally I was like, oh no, that's not good. And she told me, I broke my wrist. I know you paid the rush fee for the con. I'm gonna get it done. And my first thought was like, no, don't hurt yourself. I don't want you to like rush. If you're gonna like re-break your arm. But she's like, no, it's fine. I'll just use my left hand to sew, and I have like a few friends, and my mom can actually help me sew. So I was like, okay, I just want you to be careful. So she did, and honestly, she's amazing. Her name's Rosie Kitty Creations, if anybody wants to know. I'll actually put the link to her website in the description. So she got my full partial suit done. I commissioned a whole bodysuit, but I paid a rush fee for the partial so I could have it furthermore. So she got this entire partial done. Everything. Hands, 2 sets of paws, tail, head, the whole shebang. She got it done before the con. I was blown away. So I get to Furthermore, and it was day 1, Friday, and she gets there, and we did my unboxing live. You could see that in one of my earlier videos, and it was amazing just seeing my suit and being able to put it on for the first time, albeit awkwardly, and I had no idea what I was doing, but, first time suitor. So I got my suit, and I really started to just enjoy the convention, and it was amazing. I loved Furthermore. It was one of the best things I've ever done. And throughout the convention, all kinds of interesting things were happening. One of the things we didn't expect, we were just hanging out. It was me, my buddy Tuners, Coda, and a California fur. It was Tech the Dragon. We were all hanging out, and I just kind of look off to the left, and who do I see walking by? Quartz Husky! All of a sudden, I just see Quartz Husky out of nowhere walking by, and I'm like, that's Quartz Husky! Holy shit! Fjord Frost is back! But no, it was cool. Like, I got to see Quartz Husky, and I called out to him. I was like, hey, Quartz. And he just walked right by me. And, okay, someone might be offended by that, but I figured, fursuit, horrible vision, might not be able to hear me, so that was fine. I did actually go into the Headless Lounge later, and he was in there, and I actually chatted with him for a bit. He's a really cool guy. It was fun. I talked to him later on in the con. He started a conga line, and we were all conga lining with Quartz Husky. That was awesome. Later on, I did run into Duke Doberman, so we got a little video with him, a couple of pictures. That was fun. And then we were just, enjoying the con. Had a room party, did all the silly fursuit things, running around, just being silly and fun. So, con time ends, and I'm on my way home. And people talk about, like, the post-con depression, and you really don't think that something like that is kind of real, but then you experience it. And I kinda almost cried in my car driving home. Not like sadness, depression tears. It was more just like I was really happy, and I cherished the memory of this experience. And it really just changed me. And basically, ever since the con, I've just been really involved with the fandom, and I love it. So that is my experience. Now, what exactly does the fandom mean to me? So what is my furry mind frame, if you will? So for me, the furry fandom is really an escape from everyday life. We wake up every day, we go to work, you see the news and all the drama, and everyone's angry and shit. The furry fandom provides a very real escape from all of that. It gives you a way to put something on and just push away the normal world and actually live your life. You can be who you want to be. And to me, that means a lot. It means a lot to be able to find a place that's safe for you, a place where you can heal, a place where you can just let your mind cool down and be around other people who just enjoy this silly little hobby. And it's amazing to see all of the skill and the talent and the imagination that's in the fandom. I mean, all the different suits and designs, and everybody has a different suit design. There's literally no two furries that are the same. They're all different, and all of the different makers. It's not, a big industry. It's not like Walmart or Amazon. Fursuits are all handmade by people, individuals, sometimes small groups, but all of these fursuit makers or companies, they're all handmade. All the imagination, all the art that's drawn, the suits that are made, fursuit dancers, people that make music. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Fox Amore. I know a lot of people know him, some might not know. He's one of the members of Foxes and Peppers, sort of a music group. And I've seen his YouTube videos for his music, the music he makes, the piano playing and all that. He's amazing. Like, he's sitting there in fursuit just bing, playing the piano, and I'm just like, holy shit! But no, Fox Amore is amazing, and that's just, it's like seeing the world through a more positive lens. We basically take everything that makes up human society, and in my opinion, we make it better. Because when furries are in suit and we're around each other, it's just more happiness, more love, more acceptance, and you can't really find that anywhere else in the world. People are just angry and they don't trust each other, but when you're around other furries, it's so much more loving. And that means everything to me. I feel like the fandom has just unlocked this secret love that people have forgotten how to feel. And the fact that furries can feel that and express that it really gives me hope for the future. So yeah, that's what the fandom means to me, guys. It means a lot to my heart, and I'm really glad I got into the fandom. My only regret is that I didn't do it sooner. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that episode of Shadow Talks. We will be coming back with more episodes in the near future. I hope you liked the episode. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications and bookmark me so I don't get lost in the YouTube algorithm and you can watch my future videos. Have a nice day. Bye!